So maybe we would write a hit song or something. So we're driving, and I act like I know where I'm going. So I just keep driving my car as far as it'll go. And she's going, Poltz, are you sure you know where you're going? I'm like, shut up! So I'm driving the car. I keep driving, and I realize I'm on a dirt strip. It's like an illegal airstrip. There's like skull and crossbones, and it's where they fly drugs in. You can just tell. It's really ominous looking. I'm down in Mexico really far. So I keep driving. I go, I know where I'm going. So we go down this road. We pull up. There's a full moon, sort of a fog in the air, and there's a hotel up. It looks like the Bates Hotel. So we go up. There's nobody there. So I kick down one of the doors, go to sleep. In the morning we wake up, we realize we're in paradise. It's this place called Bahia de San Luis Gonzaga down in Baja California. So Jules sitting on the beach in this nice yellow bikini looking great. I'm standing there, and these Mexican federales walk up and they say, you guys want to go whale watching? And I'm going like this. No. And she goes, sure. So we get in the boat. We're out on this boat. And I say to the guy, what are you guys doing? He goes, we're looking for drug smugglers. And I go, is it dangerous? And he goes, sí. He pulls up his shirt. He's got 4 bullet hole wounds with exit wounds coming out the back. So he goes, gets a call on the shortwave radio. And I had spent some time down in Guadalajara, Mexico, going to college, so I spoke Spanish pretty well, so I can hear the guy talking. He says, listen, we've got to catch some drug smugglers. We don't have time to take you guys back to shore. Would you like an AK-47? So Joel goes, no, I believe in angels. And I go, hell yeah, Dre. So then the boat's flying across the water, and Jules sees how cool I look with an AK-47. She goes, excuse me, Mr. Federale, could I have one of those AK-47s? So he hands her one. And there's nothing hotter than a woman with an AK-47 with a strap between her breasts, holding an automatic weapon. She looks like she's in a Quentin Tarantino film. Her hair's blowing back like that. The boat's going like 60 miles an hour like we're in Miami Vice. All of a sudden we see these guys running way off in the distance. The cops pull up. They catch one of them. They beat the crap out of him with their billy clubs, and the guy tells them where all the weed's buried. So we go, whoa. They say, Esteban, go get the weed. So I go down. There's like this shipwrecked boat. There's like 60 tons of weed down there. So I'm carrying it out. Jules talking to the federales, like totally getting along with them. And so I'm carrying all this weed, and I'd never seen marijuana before, but it's green. And so I carry it onto the boat, and the whole way I'm carrying on the boat, I'm singing that Alanis Morissette song. I'm going, isn't it ironic? And I throw the weed into the boat like that. So the boat's sagging down, and I go to the cops. Wow. He goes, this is the biggest drug bust we've had in years. And I go, what are you guys going to do tonight? He goes, we're going to have a party. So we go back to the shore, and I say, Joel, let's get out of here. And he says, Esteban, ven aquí, which means, Steve, come here. And I say, yeah. And he goes, take some. And I go, of the pot? Sí. And I go, no way, man, I'll go to jail. I'll be like Midnight Express. I'll be behind some glass door and holding a phone, jacking off or something, behind some glass thing in front of my girlfriend. And the guy goes, opens up a switchblade, and it's glistening in the sunlight. He goes, I say, take some essay. So I go, all right. Now, as Joel tells it, it would be like the Pope having me take some pot, because a cop with a badge is asking me to do it. I couldn't help it, so I take a bunch of it. He goes, take some more. So I take some more, and I give it to our cook at the campsite. But before we do that, he says, let's take a picture. So we got this picture taken. We got our arms around each other. Jules holding an automatic weapon. I got a Corona in my hand. There's a Suburban stuffed with all this weed. It's on my website at Poltz.com. This is no bullshit. They want the pictures for High Times magazine. So anyways, we give it to our cook at the campsite. She makes a spaghetti sauce out of it. Now, all these Mormons that come down from Salt Lake City, Utah for a camping trip, and she's making them weed spaghetti. And so everybody's high on the beach. And in the morning, I wake up, grab the guitar, and I start singing. Julie hears a song, she starts singing it. Next thing we know, we have this hit song in Mexico on a freaking drug bust. I mean, you never know what's going to come to you. And so I looked at her, and this is what happened.
Steve from the video.
That's right. Shirtless.
He was shirtless. I wrote on him a little. You might have just seen him doing this in the video. It's on YouTube. Check it out. I hear the clock at 6 a.m. I break the yolks and make a smiley face. Kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots of all the mirror, leave the keys in the door. I never put the towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, soon you will see you were meant for me. I was meant for you. I called my mama, she was out for a walk, consoled a cup of coffee, but I didn't wanna talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news. My heart's being broken, my people being used, but I'm not cold in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just was not the same. It was happy, I was sad, it made me miss you. Oh, so bad, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. I go about my business, doing just fine. Besides, what would I say if I had you on the line? The same old story, not much else to say. Hearts are broken every day.
Now the cool thing is, after a song goes up the charts like that, weird things happen, like checks come in. You realize I'm traveling around the country with my band, the Rugburns. I'd written some good songs like Sky Fucking Line of Toronto and Me and Eddie Vedder, Hitchhiker Joe, and I'm rocking pretty hard and some checks start coming in. But then the song gets a second life. And last year it was weird because I was on the road a lot and my phone started ringing at about 6 o'clock, which means all my East Coast friends were calling me. And they were, all the messages start like this: dude, you gotta watch The Office. Now there's this show called The Office that has Steve Carell, the 40-year-old virgin, in it. It's a really funny show. Well, there was a couple that gets married in the show The Office, and they hire this band to play, and the band only plays Police cover songs. And since the band's from Scranton, Pennsylvania, they call themselves Scrantonicity. So they're playing all these Police cover songs, but Pam and Roy, their song is You Were Meant For Me. So check this out. They tipped the wedding band like $100 and asked, can you play You Were Meant For Me? Now in my mind, I'm hearing that this happened, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, if it's on for more than 17 seconds, I think it means I make a lot more money. So I'm trying to get my calculator out on my phone, I can't figure out how to work it, and all of a sudden, they start singing the song, and the band plays it. When it gets to the part that goes like this, well, when we did that, Jewel let me play guitar, and we got to record it at Neil Young's ranch. And she was so cool, because Neil Young had Ben Keith produce the record. So she goes, Poltz, if you want to play guitar on this one, you can. So I was like, really? So I got to play with the Stray Gators. Well, I got embarrassed when it came to the part that goes, and I thought Ben Keith wasn't going to like it. But so I did it like this. And Ben Keith goes, what was that? And I go, what? He goes, the harmonic thing. I go, just some harmonics. And he goes, do it again, I like it. I go, you do? And it was like it gave my soul some divine inspiration. So anyways, it comes to a part of the song like that, and Steve Carell gets kicked out of the wedding in the show The Office, and he's sitting outside in the pose of the thinker, and all of a sudden the band does a part. And Steve Carell goes, boo, 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 boo. And right then I go, I just influenced television. Had I never done boo, 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 Steve Carell would have never did it. He must like me. But then that didn't matter anymore because the song was on for 23 seconds. But that's not all. So then 3 days later my phone starts ringing more. And it's all my East Coast friends again, and all the messages go, dude, you gotta watch American Idol. And I was like, American Idol? Why? I wonder what happened. Well, it turns out Jewel's a guest host on American Idol. So they have a girl come out from the Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, I don't like malls very much. I'm not into them. They give me anxiety attacks. But the girl comes out, and she auditions with the song You Were Meant For Me. Now, she comes out, and a lot of musicians, they don't like American Idol because it makes people stars overnight. Me, I'm not a hater. If you like American Idol, I say go ahead, watch American Idol. I got no problem with it. The only thing I hate is if you send me an email and use the term LOL in it. I hate that. So, the girl gets up and she does a version of You Were Meant For Me, and she doesn't do it that well, so right away the cameras are all on Jewel. 22 million viewers on the Fox television network, and they go, Jewel, what did you think? And she goes, I don't want to say anything. And I go, oh my God. So then I go to the guy, Randy, what did you think? And Randy goes, where'd you get those clothes? They're awful. And right then it hits me, ding, 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 ding. This show's about being mean to people. It's like watching a car crash to make us forget about our own problems and our own little lives that are happening. We can watch somebody get sacrificed by the Romans in the Colosseum. So I'm thinking maybe this last guy's nice. His name's Simon. So they go, Simon, what did you think? And I really hadn't seen the show, so I didn't know. And he goes, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Instantly the girl starts crying, and she runs into the arms of her mother, and tears are coming down her face. And right then I said to myself, man, I wish I never wrote that song. If I could go back to Mexico to the drug bust, I could travel in time like Billy Pilgrim in the book Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. I would travel in time, and I would unwrite that song, and there would be one less girl in America with her feelings hurt because she didn't become an American Idol. But then I realized the song was on for 27 seconds, so I said, fuck it. Brush my teeth, I put the cat back.
I remember your dad was a little concerned about you becoming a musician. He kept waiting for you to get a real job. You were trained as a classical guitarist. People may not know that. As a child, you studied classical guitar, and I think that seemed educated enough. And when he realized you were actually going to try and make a career of it, and your band was called the Rugburns, he was a little bit worried. And we started hanging out and writing songs, and we wrote our little ditty, and you'd have all your checks and mail sent to your parents, well into your 40s. He's the most mature 12-year-old I've ever met. And your dad started opening these checks, and they were some big figures for all You Were Meant For Me. And I remember it was so validating. Your dad was like, Steve,